Get more. Be there with the 12 News team at 11.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Direct Connect Halftime Report. Nextel. Get right through.
The New York Jets have turned the ball over twice in Carolina territory, and the Panthers have converted. Downstairs we go now to Beasley Reese.
Coach, your running game is working perfectly. A little mistake at the end of the half. What did you tell the guys?
Well, I think we're competing, and we knew we were going to be in a bit of a dogfight with these guys. And, you know, we've run the ball pretty good. We've done some good, nice things on offense, but we're shooting ourselves in the foot. I mean, we get in the scoring position and we throw interceptions. We drop a ball here and the guy runs it back for a touchdown. So I think we got to stop beating ourselves. And I think on defense right now, we got to stop the run. We're doing pretty good against the pass, but they've increased us a little bit on some runs.
Thank you, Coach.
They have done a pretty good job in stopping the Carolina run today, but the interception by Testaverde costly just before halftime. And we begin our second half. Isaac Bird will take it out of the end zone. And then grabbed by James Darling and smothered at the 21. 24-yard return. Jets will go on defense. Carolina will get it first and 10.
You know, shooting themselves in the foot. That's the 2 turnovers. Look at this right here, 233 yards. They've really done a nice job of limiting to 68 the Panthers, but it's the time of possession. That's the difference right here. I mean, the Jets have to take advantage of that, and they have to be concerned that they are down right here despite really owning the first half.
Sean Ellis, who was injured in the first half, is beginning the second half on the defensive line for New York. Chris Winkie first and 10 from his 21. Hand off to Richard Huntley, grabbed by the aforementioned Sean Ellis for no gain on the play. Also getting some help from Victor Green. Second down and 10.
See, well, here's where I get a little baffled sometimes. You know, how can you know at halftime that the Jets are going to come out and try to stop the run? Now, look out here. They've got everybody. They're going to stop the running game in the second half. So why do you start with a run right off the bat? Throw the football. Do something against what they're going to do.
Well, could it be that every team has run so well against the Jets?
Obviously, Richard Williamson didn't listen to what you know, they said they were going to do in New York, did he?
No, he didn't. Second down, 11 from the 20. Good block by Huntley. Great time for Winkie. He throws a pass, incomplete. Looking for Walls, and the coverage on the play was supplied by Aaron Glenn. And it was good, so now it's 3rd and 11.
I got to tell you, the spirit of Herman Edwards is really going to make a difference here. These games here, these are ugly games. You know, you can't be last in the NFL if you want to be against the run, at least, if you want to be a playoff team. And at this point here, the Jets are in that mix of, you know, we're either going to be a team that hunts for the playoffs, or we're going to fall apart and be a 4-12 team.
Look at Ted Cottrell, whose defense now has to stop 3rd and 11, a pass down the middle. Incomplete. 4th down, Carolina's got a punt. Remember we said before, Chris Winkie has thrown the most interceptions of any quarterback, 10 in the NFL this season.
Remember that word that I said Herman Edwards talked to us about, consistency, making plays? You know, it's a very difficult play by Aaron Glenn, but Aaron's been around a long time, and he sees the flash of his teammate coming across the middle and just took his eyes off the ball. That's a hard thing to do, but, you know, a good team that wants to go to the top of their division makes those plays.
Solid run to punt. Yeast awaits it. High punt. Returnable by Yeast, who played at Kentucky. As he advances a bit at the 35, backtracks and is taken down. Nice special teams play by the guy that centered the ball, Jason Kyle and Reggie Howard. 46-yard punt. Carolina leading by 2.
Welcome back to Carolina, where the Jets trail Carolina 9-7. One major player missing in the Jets offense, Wayne Corbett. They really miss him today. He's out with a concussion. They miss him on the big 3rd down plays. He is the great possession guy. Now, the man taking his place is Kevin Swain. He sprained his leg early in the contest and has been ineffective. Back to you.
Thank you, Beasley. After the Carolina punt from the 29, 1st and 10. Young with the block. Time for Testaverde. It's deflected and intercepted. Picked off on the play by Lester Towns. His first career interception. And Testaverde has thrown 2 picks today. And none the first 5 games.
You can't blame that one on him, though. This one's on Richie Anderson for not catching the ball. He's going to come across and drag. They've got crossing patterns. Richie's coming across the middle of your screen right there. He sets up. The ball goes through his arms. And Lester Towns gets there and makes a nice catch or an interception, but that's not on Vinny Testaverde.
Remember, the Jets came in today as the #1 team in the NFL in the takeaway giveaway at +16. Not the case anymore. First and 10 handoff goes to Huntley, who is grabbed and ridden down nicely by John Abraham. It's a gain of 1 to the 37. As we now take you to New York in Jim Nance.
All right, thank you, guys. The kick returner, Desmond Howard, has brought the Lions back into this game single-handedly at a long return before the half to set up a touchdown. Second half kickoff, ran back 65 yards, set up the Sloan touchdown catch. They missed on the 2-point tie, but they're back in it. Let's go back to Kevin and Craig.
Thank you, Jim. Howard has returned 8 punts for touchdowns, but never a kickoff in his NFL regular season career for a touchdown. Second down 10. It's a pass to Hoover underneath, caught at the 32, twirls to the 30-yard line, shy of the first down by a couple, picks up 7 on the play. A host of Jets get off the pile, but Brad Hoover, who comes from North Carolina, played at Western Carolina, coming in and providing a nice feel for that linebacking core today with his fullback play.
I'd give the guy the ball a lot more. I like the way he plays, both blocking, running the ball, and catching the ball. He had his hands out in front of him, caught the ball. I really like this guy. They need to get him the ball more.
Linebackers have been watching him all day long. Third down and a couple. 3rd and 3 from the Jet 30 after the Lester Towns interception. Winky, pocket crumbles. He does have an entourage though. That's Terry running the block. They'll run, falls for a first down, and smacked by James Ferrier, perhaps a yard shy of the first down. Oh, is he drilled? But he's back up. He popped back up. My goodness.
Listen to this. Let me tell you something. This is a linebacker's dream. Oh. That's a decleater.
That was something. Well, it's 4th down and about a yard. So the scrambling Winky does not get the first down. They'll try for 3. Casey will try a 45-yarder. Recall now he had a 44-yarder as time was running out in the first half. The Sauer run hold, and the kick is up, and it is good by John Casey, who is perfect this year, kicking field goals. 8 of 8 for the Carolina Panthers, who now lead the Jets 12-7.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be. CDW, computing solutions built for business. And by the all-new 200 horsepower Acura RSX Type S.
With Craig James and Beasley Reese in Charlotte, North Carolina, Kevin Harlan. John Sauerbrunn will set to kick it off. Moments ago, Carolina and John Casey knocked in a 45-yard field goal after a Testaverde interception by Lester Towns. Yeast inside the 5-yard line for the New York Jets. With a flank ahead, breaks a tackle, then grabbed and brought down by Damian Richardson, who grabs him at about the 40-yard line. Another good return by Yeast of 37 yards. And downstairs we go to Beasley Reese.
Hey, guys, remember yesterday when we talked to Coach Herman Edwards, he called this game a must, and he said at times we're not playing smart. There's always a quarter where things get sort of out of control. Well, he's trying to regain control right now. For Carolina, they are trying to remain optimistic.
Carolina is not a third-quarter team. They've been outscored coming into today, 52-23. Shy of the 39, first down and 10 for Testaverde. He's got Martin in the backfield, who has 118 yards, and tries again, breaking tackles, brought a nice stiff arm into the face of Doug Evans as he takes it down to the 38-yard line, a gain of 23 yards, which continues the big chunks of yards today gathered up by Curtis Martin.
This is really neat how they come across, they kick out, they got the center coming across. The nice job of running like a counter, an OT counter, but with different players. Because of the athleticism of the offensive line, they're able to really do their job. The stiff arm coming up, boom, strong running.
141 in the day inside the Carolina 38. First and 10 for Vinny Testaverde. Goes outside the 12. Got a ball from the swing. Bounces his way by Rucker. Maneuvers inside the 35. And that's where he is brought down after a gain of 2. All that running picks up 2 yards, which brings up second down and 8. Have you noticed, and we mentioned this back in the first half about Corbett not being here, and it's been known throughout the week he probably would not play. Do you notice any difference in the Jets offense without Corbett in the offense?
No, not right now. I think Anthony Beck, they need to bring him into the offense, and Kevin Swain has to step up and make a play.
Beck had 2 touchdown receptions last week against the Rams. It's 2nd down and 8. Jets at the Carolina 35. Hayes in motion. Martin gets the call. Takes a tackle of Sean Gilbert and spins his way for 3 to the 32. Down by Towns and Rucker. Early in the 3rd quarter, 3 New York Jet turnovers, and Carolina is cashed in on all of them.
The guy they've got to stop, though, if they're going to win this game, is Curtis Martin. He's in it. He's feeling it. You can see it in his body language, the way he's running, the way his blocks are working for him. Strong on his stiff arms. I mean, everything about his game is working right now.
He's got a season-high 145 on the ground today from the 32. 3rd down, a short 5 for the Jets. Vinny right to work. Good time. Across the middle for a 1st down. Caught for the first time today by Kevin Swain, who picks up 10 yards on 3rd and 5. We talked about it earlier. 40 consecutive weeks of football. The XFL, the AFL, and now the NFL.
Watch how he drives back to the inside, coming through a lot of traffic. This guy's played a lot of football this year, 40 consecutive weeks of football. He's not afraid to go in the middle. He's exposed himself before to a quick game playing in the Arena Football League, which I think is going to greatly enhance his abilities here.
Making his first career start today. He's 26 years old. Carolina 25, 1st and 10 for the Jets, who trail 12-7. Martin, a block by Ryan Young. Fighting the pass off and then slowing him down was Dean Wells, although Larry Chester is laying on top of him. A game of 6. A nice play by Dean Wells, who today replaces the injured Dan Morgan at linebacker.
Hey, this time it's the right tackle, Ryan Young, who pulls and comes around to the left side. And I tell you what Curtis is doing, he's toying with these guys. He has the ability to hard run to the West Coast. He's going over to that west side line, and then he stops, and they keep going. He cuts back. They had him clean cut right there in the backfield, and he picks up a gain for him.
2nd down 4 from the 19. Testaverde outside, incomplete. Swain cut that way when he should have maybe slowed it a hair, and it's out of his reach. And incomplete, bringing up 3rd down and 4. Busy doubleheader week on CBS next week. Baltimore, Tennessee, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Tennessee. All teams very tightly bunched in that AFC Central. And then Cleveland, Chicago, our main game next week from Soldier Field. Who would have thought the Bears would be where they are? Cleveland has a bye today. They're playing great. 3rd down and 4, 7th play of the drive. From the 19. A ball handoff to Martin, smelled out beautifully on the play by Gerard Cooper. He is a rookie and a 5th-round pick from Kansas State, and he came up with a nice one.
It's like Carolina, when as soon as the Jets get to a 3rd and 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, they are coming. They are going up the middle hard. And that time the Jets guessed wrong. They should have probably been to the outside or throwing the ball.
So here's John Hall, whose longest kick all year has been 26 yards. This will be from 38 yards away. Tom Tupa to hold. James Durth to snap it. A cross breeze from the far to the near side. They're going to fly. And there was movement in there. So wipe this away. And
prior to the snap, false start. Number 71 offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Corey Jenkins.
That's that part that Herman Edwards is talking about. We've got to quit shooting ourselves in the foot, making mistakes.
Today, the Jets have had 3 special teams penalties. Before today, not a single special teams penalty in the previous 6 games. And those have been the only penalties on the Jets today, all on the special teams. As you take a look at Kerry Jenkins, 3-year starter from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Now 43-yard try by Hall. His career long is 56, and as we said, his long this year only 26 yards. Strokes it through from 43 yards away. So the Jets tack on 3 more and creep to within 2 of Carolina.
Oh, say, can I have the new software IT didn't approve?
On these fields, gridiron legends will be made. College football is on CBS Sports.
John Hall just kicked a 43-yard field goal. The Jets now within 2 points. He's not had a touchback today. John Hall on the season has only had a couple. Isaac Bird awaits the kickoff at about the goal line. And Bird will take it out about 2 yards deep. Grabbed by James Darling, the ex-Philadelphia Eagle, who has been very aggressive on special teams today. A return of 22 yards. And we go downstairs to Beasley Reese.
Hey, guys, you know, we had this team. We had the Jets 2 weeks ago against Buffalo, and defensive coordinator Ted Cottrell was complaining about tackling. He said 18 times we had guys in positions to make tackles, and they didn't make them. Well, today, the Jets are having trouble containing the run outside, and they're having trouble stopping it right up the middle. We'll see if they settle down in this series.
Carolina's only had 6. Thank you, Beasley. Carolina's only had 69 yards rushing today. From the 19. Yeah, I think we all heard the whistle on that play, which stops it in mid-motion. Yeah, 69 yards, and it's been a lot of unknown players that have gone and really shredded the Jets' run defense.
Prior to the snap, ball start. Number 63, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Nesbitt a little excited. He had a pull on that one there. He just didn't sit in there long enough.
Kevin Barlow at San Francisco was very effective. Travis Henry, the rookie at Buffalo, ran all over him. Trunk candidate last week for St. Louis against the Jets. And today they have a backup, Richard Huntley, trying to do the same thing. First and 15, back at the 14. Good block by Stephen. Time for Winky. And that ball flies over the head of his fullback, Brad Hoover. Guarded by Mo Lewis. 7 of 19 passing today for Chris Winky. And follow all the games on NFL.com. And after the games, get in-depth analysis and recaps from the experts. Only at NFL.com. Or AOL keyword NFL.com.
The Jets have clearly made a statement here in the second half. They're going to walk the safety up, play 8 in the box. They're going to force Chris Winky to beat him with his arm. They're going to stop the run and see if Winky can throw it. I mean, at this point, his longest completion is 9 yards.
14-yard line. It's second down and long. He gets away from Abraham. He's chased by Ellis. He throws the ball right into the face mask of James Ferrier, who just about grabbed that ball and raced the other way. He's only had 2 career interceptions, although 1 has come this season. He is the Jets' leading tackler this year.
Winky's a smart guy. The last time he got out here, Ferrier drilled him, right?
Right.
So it's almost like, you remember that movie, The Longest Yard, when he just kind of threw it right in the guy's face?
Well, he also threw it someplace else in that movie.
Well, you know, he was nice in this one here. Winky remembered. The body said, stop, throw the football, do not get hit. 4th time in a row, these guys have been 3rd and 10 or more. You just got to get away from that. That's too much to ask of a rookie quarterback.
Now they have 3rd and 15 at the 14, and Winky will burn the first of his 3 timeouts here in the second half. Halfway through the 3rd quarter, the Jets trail by 2.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Cellular One. When you need a cell phone, Cellular One is here. And by your neighborhood 7-Eleven store. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Craig James, Carolina, has just called a timeout in preparation for an important 3rd and 15 at their 14-yard line.
That's just right there an example of where the quarterback can't make a change at the line of scrimmage, just not aware of what to do with this thing.
So the rookie Winky on 3rd and 15 with the pocket trembling. He's got to get to the 29. He's being chased by Steve Market and by Mo Lewis and shoved out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Woefully shy, some 10 yards shy of a first down. A gain of 5 by the scrambling quarterback. And Carolina will have to punt. The last time they punted this deep in their own territory, it was blocked by Henderson, recovered by Hayes, and raced in for a touchdown for the Jets. Back in the first half.
You use the word woeful right now. Those woeful hamstrings of Chris Winky from running. They dropped 7 guys into coverage. They're just confusing him right now.
Well, they're coming at Sauerbrunn again, which affects this kick, which is bad. Near midfield or worse. Let's see. One of his worst of the season. You can see the walk-off right at the 50-yard line. Good position for Finney and the Jets.
Carolina leading the Jets by 2 at 12-10. And guys, I want to take your attention one more time to Kevin Swain, and I want to start an argument with you guys about Wayne Corbett. I think Vinny Testaverde is really missing his little security blanket, the guy that he goes to in the big third down situations. I think that's been key.
From the 50-yard line, we'll talk about that after this 1st and 10 play. Hand off to Martin. Jitterbugs a bit, then is brought down by Nate Hemsley after a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 48-yard line.
You know, I think at this point here right now, the offense is working for the New York Jets. They've made mistakes. This team has dominated the first half, time of possession and yards. The mistakes are the things that's hurting them.
And the thing about Corbett, he had only had 15 receptions and was not the influence he had been on third down plays in particular.
And Lavernius Coles is a speedier guy, is the guy. I just think Anthony Beck needs to come into play here a little bit more.
2nd down, short 8, shy of the Carolina 47. Wendell Hayes to the bottom of your screen. Cutting back is Martin. Grabbed by Towns. Stood up by Jay Williams and brought down at the 45-yard line and a gain of 2. It'll now be 3rd down, and we'll call it 6 to go. Today, Curtis Martin just churning up the yards, picking up a couple right there. He has 154 for the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, this offense is working. I mean, right now, they're moving the ball. They're doing things. They're not getting in. It's like they're between the 20s real well. They get inside that red zone, and they're not doing as much.
He's by himself in the backfield, and 3 receivers deployed. 36-yard line, 3rd down and 6. The fake. Testaverde with the pocket crumbling. He's being chased by Rucker, grabbed by Buckner, and put down on a sack. The first sack today by Carolina, a loss of 5. And it's back at about the 49-yard line as Brenson Buckner records his 2nd sack of the season. Testaverde is sacked for only the 9th time. The Jets have got a punt as we go to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, Kevin, you know, the Jags have lost 3 straight, but the champs have lost 2 in a row, and now Baltimore is down again. Is Jimmy Smith 35 yards from Brunell for the lead. Jacksonville over Baltimore. Let's go back to Kevin and Craig.
All right. Jim, thank you very much. A 43-yard punt by Tom Tupa. Downfield, it's caught by Isaac Bird, and they'll spot it at the 8-yard line. Jacksonville coming in at 2-3. Baltimore at 3-3. You know, the giveaway takeaway has killed Baltimore this year. It's helped the Jets stay at least above water at 3-3. Last year, Baltimore plus 23 in the takeaway giveaway. This year, -7 going into today.
I think, though, the mystique, that kind of thought that the Ravens just dominated everybody and that you had no chance is gone from that team.
Twinkie stranded at his own 8 with a 1st down and 10. Jakob Tuka lost last week, so Richard Huntley, who gets the pitch out right here, is in there and stuffed. And the run defense beginning to turn their screws a bit. Ellis at the bottom of the pile, gain of 1, out near the 9. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
You know what's happened here again is prophetically they said they would stop the run, Herman Edwards, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to stretch. They're going to try to reach. This is a reach, a search. They're looking for the cutback, and there's nobody there. There's 8 guys up there playing tight defense right now, and there's no way they can run against this Jets defense. As porous as they've been against the run, they just have no push with them.
2nd down and 9. You saw defensive coordinator Ted Cottrell. Handoff goes to Huntley. Oh, stood up and nicely taken down by Marvin Jones. 3-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down.
We got a struggle going on between the 2 quarterbacks is what we have. Winky's not in any kind of rhythm. He's not throwing the ball. Testaverde's not seeing the secondary. It's become a kind of a smash mouth game here. Who's going to have a bigger play on the ground?
3rd down and 6. And the ball at the 12-yard line as you see Chris Winky. And you can see that they have had a tough time getting the 1st down, not only in this half, but since that 2nd quarter. Hoover's in the backfield. It's 3rd down and 6 from the 12. Stussy the block. Here comes the rush. And Ricky throws it away. He was whacked on the play by Rick Lyle, who had a couple sacks last week against the Rams. Lyle came in pressured Winky, and once again, Carolina's got a punt deep in their own zone.
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking of zone, there was a zone blitz there. That time, Ted Cottrell and the Jets defense decided to pull Sean Ellis back into the middle of the field to take away the crossing patterns. He's confusing this young guy. Today, I think maybe more than he has throughout the season, Winky is playing like a rookie.
Sauerbrunn to punt in the shadow of his own crossbar. Here comes the rush, and he just gets it away. Aaron Glenn was close. Yeast is signaling for a fair catch. Lets it bounce in front of him and out of bounds. And so the market inside the 50 and near the 49 of Carolina, 37-yard punt. Monday on CBS, spend Halloween with the King of Queens. It's an episode so funny, it's scary. Monday on CBS. Kevin Harlan, Craig James, Beasley Reese in the Carolinas with the Jets, who came in at 3-3, and you call this a very important game for New York's season.
Yeah, you know, at 3-3, they're in that bunch of teams that are around that 4-2 level, and if they want to move on, they've got to establish it and get going today. This is a Carolina team they're supposed to be, you know, but Carolina, again, this was a dangerous game because this team believes they're a lot better than 1-5.
Carolina comes in having lost the last 2 games in the last play of the game, so you can get a feel for the kind of emotion they carry in. They lead by 2 from the 49 of Carolina, 1st and 10. It's an end around to LaBrance Coles, his 5th rush of the season. Chased by Rashard Anderson, run out of bounds on the play by the safety Mike Minter. It's a gain of 11 as Coles carries it for the 5th time on the season and spot the ball at the 38.
And now they're taking advantage of Curtis Martin and what he's done and how they're just a base straight ahead blocking, but then you see the way they come back around. Here he comes on the reverse, the backside. Here's a nice block up here by Anthony Beck, the tight end, staying on his man. Even though he was trying to keep containment out there, Beck wouldn't let him go.
Swain is at the bottom of your screen. You can't see him. It is a first down from the 38. Anthony Beck is in motion. He's had a quiet day. And Martin has it. He's been making a lot of noise. And he is facing a lot of noise after a gain of 2 down to the 36-yard line. Grabbed by Larry Chester and Chris Jenkins. Come off that pile. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And Martin today 156 yards on the ground.
You know, this is, again, the area where the Jets have played pretty well, between 20s. You know, 30 to 30, they're doing a nice job. But somewhere in here, he has to hit a crossing pattern. He has to hit a post play. He has to get single. Right now, they're trying to stop Curtis Martin. He's got to find his receiver and take advantage of the man-to-man.
2nd down 8 inside the 36. Anderson is on the move. The fake to Martin. Vinny winding up. Flings the pitch downfield, and it's caught in the thicket of Carolina defenders. A Coles catch at the 19. It's a gain of 18 and a first down for the New York Jets.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Get the ball to the middle of the field where you got a chance against these zone coverages here. On the outside, Coles is going to come. Kevin Swain, 82, take off, go straight down the middle to get the free safety out of the way. You saw how he made him stay back just long enough for Coles to come open underneath.
Coles has 6 catches today. He's already surpassed his entire total of 22 catches from last year. He's got 24 this season and counting. Inside the 19, 1st and 10 for Vinny Testaverde. Fabini let his guy go through, and that's the guy that made the sack. That's Mike Rucker with his 4th sack of the season. And Jason Fabini let him go through. The 2nd sack today by the Carolina defense. To New York and Jim Nance.
All right, thank you, Kevin. You know, a year ago in October, the Ravens couldn't score on anybody. Now they can't stop anyone. After a Nickerson interception, Brunell throws his 2nd touchdown pass of the half. This to Stacey Mack. Jags up 11, 4th quarter. Back to you.
Jim, thank you. You know, Jacksonville, their offense just 4 touchdowns in the last 18 quarters coming into today, so they've at least kicked into gear offensively. 2nd down, 14. Testaverde with time. Chased and fires, intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off here by Mike Minter. And grabbed by Ryan Young and twirled down at about the 40. A 30-yard return. Vinny Testaverde has thrown his 3rd interception of the day.
And again, this is a point in the game and on the field where they're just not playing that well. It was like Vinny Testaverde was trying to find somebody that would do one thing and he does the other way. A little guessing going on. I just don't think Vinny's seeing exactly what he's got going down there. He thought his guy was going to stop and come back to him. Instead, his receiver took off and went a little bit deeper. And Vinny, rightfully so, is upset. And I think he's upset with the wide receiver. Why did you go deep? You're supposed to come back to me.
So 4 turnovers for the Jets today, 3 in Carolina territory, and some breathing space now for Chris Winkie from his own 40, 1st and 10. The pitch to Huntley, chased by Lewis, shoved out of bounds by Coleman. Then they spot him at the 44. It's a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd down and 6. Who was he throwing to? Was he going to Swain, who's making his first career start? Or is he going to a more veteran receiver who's been in this offense for a while and knows what's going on?
I couldn't see it in the middle of the field, but it looked like Kevin Swain, who was in the middle of the field and took off and went deep as opposed to coming back to him.
So Testaverde goes the first 5 games with no interceptions at all. He's thrown 4 in the last 2 games, 3 today here in the Carolinas. 2nd down and 6 from the 44. Huntley, Hoover with the block. He stretches him out, then he is devoured by Steve Martin at the 45. It's a 1-yard gain. New Orleans coming back on St. Louis and San Francisco. Watching Chicago kind of come from behind.
That's the one that surprises me. Tampa Bay. I mean, I've pretty much written those guys off. Minnesota, though, without a running game, they're going to be up and down.
3rd down and 5, and the Carolina Panthers have missed their last 9 third-down tries.
That's not good.
No, of varying lengths. From the 45, Hoover in the backfield. Winkie with the short drop. Catch made by Muhsin Muhammad. A 1st down to the Jet 44 and a gain of 11 on 3rd down and 5. And Carolina gets their first down since 6 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the Panthers marching and on top.
Something spooky.
It's 1st down and 10 with Carolina at the 45-yard line after the interception, and the handoff goes to Huntley, who tried to put on the brakes. Trips, slides in the grasp of the Jets defense. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he's going to come up, and this was the interception that we're talking about just a moment ago, and there's no right or wrong to it. A lot of times the wide receiver will work to come back to the quarterback, but sometimes he feels the void that's deep. And, you know, Swain this time chose to go deep, and Vinny wanted him to come back to the ball, and it's just a lack of communication between a quarterback and a wide receiver.
And that interception sets up this possession. 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Winkie. Pocket crumbling, throwing outside to Muhsin Muhammad. Incomplete, covered by the linebacker Mo Lewis. It'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 45. There have not been a lot of offensive plays run by Carolina in Jet territory today. Only 2. This will be the 3rd coming up.
Winkie just he's thinking so much right now. That was a late throw to Muhammad. He had made his come in and back out to the outside, and he needs to throw it right now. The timing is not there.
So we just start the 4th quarter, and Winkie has a 3rd and 10 from the 45. Here comes the rush. He's chased by Ferrier, and Winkie throws it away. Over the last couple of weeks, he's been throwing interceptions. Now he has learned his lesson. Carolina's got a punt. Let's go to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, what a comeback here by the Lions for the 2nd time this quarter. Charlie Batch to David Sloan. They also added a 2-pointer, 2-point pass to Lamont Warren, and the Lions lead it now 27-24. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Jim. Now remember that Tennessee ended the game last week beating the Detroit Lions at the Pontiac Silverdome.
I told you, the Lions are not as bad as their record. They will improve.
Sauer run to punt. Sails it high. It's got a lot of air underneath it. Yeast, they're caught at the 11. 34-yard punt. Vinny Testaverde, 3 interceptions today. His Jets trail. John Casey has kicked a couple of field goals early on. The Jets fumbled. Carolina returned it 94 yards officially now by Richard Anderson. 12-10. Carolina leads the New York Jets. With Vinny at his 11th, 1st down and 10. Big pitch. Fumbled, handoff. It's loose and recovered by the Jets. And I think Jason Fabini. That would be the 2nd fumble today by Richie Anderson. He fumbled, and I just got finished saying it. He fumbled early on a catch down deep in Carolina territory. He fumbled it inside the 10, returned by The Panthers 94 yards for a touchdown to get the game underway.
Watch right as Vinny tries to hand the ball off. Is he going to a pocket, or is Richie Anderson reaching with his hands? That ball was up high. That's on Vinny. You see how high that ball was? That went up to the top of the shoulder pads. Vinny's got to put it right in his gut.
Second down and 9 from the 12. Anthony Beck is in motion. Good time for Testaverde. A wobbly pass, which is dropped in the first pass attempt today to Wendell Hayes, who has not caught a pass all day. I can't help but think Corbett would not be causing more options for Testaverde. He's got Kevin Swain making his first career start. Wendell Hayes has not caught a pass all season. He really has just had basically Lavernius Coles. And very little from the tight end Anthony Beck.
They kept Beck in a lot to pass block, pass protection. I'd certainly keep a back in and let Beck get out in the pass patterns.
Look for Coles here. He's had 2 catches on third downs today. Third down and 9. Just outside the 12-yard line. Somebody jumps. Flag is on the field. Testaverde at 3 down, and he throws deep, and it's caught by Kevin Swain. Makes the grab. It's a gain of 20 on third down and 9. Spotted at the 32-yard line, and the flag, I believe, is against the Carolina Panthers, which the Jets will
offside.
Decline.
Number 93, defense. Penalties declined. First down.
That's a big boost there for Kevin Swain, because after the last one there, you wonder, would Vinny go back to him? He drove hard, comes back to the ball. Rashard Anderson thought he was going deep. That was really a nice route by Kevin Swain.
And that is the second catch for Kevin Swain.
Well, this guy, you think he hadn't played a little football here 38 consecutive? How about 45 touchdowns?
He caught the very first touchdown in the old XFL. Now the Funk XFL, 32-yard line, first and 10 pitch out. The black by Fabini trying to open the gate for Martin, who runs out of real estate. And he's out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3, setting up second down and 7. Back to Jim Nance in New York.
All right, let's not give up on Baltimore quite yet. Jason Brookins will take this in from 2 yards out. Misfire on a Cunningham pass on a 2-point try. 17-12, 9:37 to play. Jackson front. Let's go back to you.
He said a Cunningham.
Wow.
Try. Gerback not there, huh?
Did not start. Elvis did not start. He's had a couple of big hits over the last couple of weeks. Second down and 7. From the 35 for Vinny Testaverde. Fabini blind, going open. Caught up the middle and smelled out beautifully by Lester Towns, who nails Curtis Martin. No gain on the play. Towns has one of the 3 interceptions thrown by Vinny Testaverde this afternoon. It'll be third and long from the 35.
They like what they have and the progress that they're making in Carolina. The only thing they're not happy with is the record. I mean, I personally believe George Seifert is a very good football coach who's doing an outstanding job with what he has, and that mainly being a rookie quarterback. He's trying to win a game right now with a guy quarterback who just can't do anything.
Martin is out. Anderson is in. Third down and 7 from the 35. They're going to bring the blitz. And a pass down the side, looking for Coles. Incomplete. He had shed the coverage, but Hitchcock was in the vicinity, and the pass was wayward. Incomplete pass, and the Jets have to punt again. I agree with you on your assessment of Testaverde. There's something out of sync with his game today.
Even there, he threw the ball. He knew where to go with the ball, but he had another second or half a second that he could have bought for a little more composure. He put it up.
Low snap to Tom Tupa from James Dirk, but he feels it cleanly. And this is Bird getting by Henderson, getting by Soule, and then brought down at the 27-yard line by some aggressive Jets. And James Dirk, who made the snap. 50-yard punt. Tough day for Vinny. His Jets trail by 2.
Swordfish.
Get in the little bitty cracks. There you go. You got it good.
This is Muhsin Muhammad of the Carolina Panthers. He is the single greatest athlete ever to play the game of football. Although this may not be true, Muhsin asked me to say that. Muhsin donates his time to the United Way through a neighborhood program in his community, which makes him great, just not the greatest.
We got to get this all covered before we go home.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by 1010-220. For great long-distance rates anywhere in America and around the world, dial 1010-220. Edge Clean Shaving Gel. It helps lift dirt and oil every time you shave. And by the Principal Financial Group. We understand what you're working for.
We'd probably be stretching it if we said if the Jets lose today, their season would turn into a pumpkin. But against a 1-5 Carolina team, they are favored to win. And losing right now, Carolina after the Jets punt from the 28, 1st and 10. Winky throws it across the middle, caught by Richard Huntley. Bangs heads with Marvin Jones and is out to the 35-yard line, picking up 7, setting up 2nd down and 3.
You get the feeling in this game right here, if the Jets are going to win, it's going to be with Curtis Martin's legs or Chris Winkie throwing something wrong to the flat and the defense winning it for the Jets.
Winkie has been known to do that. Of course, Carolina's had 2 consecutive games where they've led in the 4th quarter and gone on to lose the games. 2nd down, 3 from the 35. Hoover devoured inside again after a 1-yard gain by Marvin Jones. The Carolina rushing today has not been anything for the Jets to be concerned about. Just 84 yards. Monday on CBS, a night of Halloween hysteria. Coming up with the King of Queens. Yes, dear, everybody loves Raymond Becker and Family Law. It's all here Monday on CBS.
They should have a good game today. I mean, it should be like this right down here for them. I mean, Carolina's going against an 8-man front because the Jets don't have to worry about a pass.
3rd down, 2, just outside the Carolina 35. The pitch out to Huntley. A block from Stussy. Tries to cut it in. Nicely read by Victor Green. Belted by Sean Ellis. But a 1st down is gathered on 3rd and 2. He picks up 4. And a flag has been thrown. A flag after the play thrown, but a 1st down run by Carolina. Now let's see if it sticks. Looks to be on the Panthers.
This is where George Seifert said he's got to get his guys to stop looking to make mistakes.
Personal foul. Crackback. Number 81. Offense. 15-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Donald Hayes is the guilty party for the Carolina Panthers with 10:18 to play here in the 4th. Jets have 3 timeouts. Carolina with 2.
Yeah, the right side of your screen. Donald Hayes coming back to the inside. Crackback low right here. Here it is. Boom. Going low on Mo Lewis. I'm not so sure, I guess coming back low like that, you can't do it, but why do that? I didn't think Lewis had a shot at making the play anyway. Just hit him up high. Speaking of Hayes, Hayes had 3 catches in the 1st half, 0 in the 2nd half. They've taken him out of the game. Wesley Walsh, where's he been?
Yeah, exactly. Walsh has been very quiet, as has Muhsin Muhammad. Penalty puts it inside the 21. 3rd down and 17. A safe handoff to Hoover, met by Rick Lyle and dragged down shy of the 30. So Carolina will have to punt on a gain of 8. They had to get up to the 38. What about that play selection?
That was smart. I mean, right now, what do you have to fear in Vinny Testaverde? Punt the football and see. He's going to make it. He's going to make a mistake, or they're not doing anything.
Jets came in today having won 2 of 3 and 3 of 5. Craig East is deep back inside 25. Sauer runs punt is away. And long. East from the 15-yard line. Gets by Harper. Finds a crack. Sauer the corner. Makes the tackle at the 50-yard line. 56-yard punt. Another effective return by East of 35 yards. The Jets will begin with good field position.
In and out.
Back in Charlotte, Kevin Harlan alongside Craig James. It's been a tough day for Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah, but it's been a good day for Curtis Martin. I think here at the end of the game, I just said it a series ago, if you're going to win the game as the Jets, you've got to give the ball to Curtis Martin with his legs. He's got to win it and put some confidence back in the heart of Vinny.
Good return by East has put the Jets at the 50-yard line after the Carolina punt. Handoff goes to Martin, and he is brought down by Larry Chester for a loss back to about the 45. A loss of 5 yards on the play. Larry Chester read it well.
All right, now, okay, here's what's going on here. Seifert and these guys know that they've got 8 men up here where they're going to stop the running game. So, like I said a moment ago, that Curtis is going to have to win it with his legs. Well, I think Vinny's going to have to he's going to have to rescue his teammates now. He's going to have to step up as a veteran would at quarterback and make some plays to take advantage of a defense that's over aggressive.
He's done it before. 2nd down and 15 from the 35. Back to the bottom of your screen. Martin is flared out. There's a pass right on the money, and it's caught by Swain shy of the 45. Upended by Doug Evans and Hitchcock after a gain of 9 at the 46-yard line. It'll bring up third down and roughly 7 to go.
Yeah, you know, that's a decisive throw by him there. Again, watch how Swain drives and comes back to the ball. I like the way he runs his routes. Those are dependable routes. He'll have his ups and downs, but he's made a couple of nice catches here lately in the last 2 or 3 series.
The ball is just nudging its way inside the 47. The Jets have to get to the 40. It's third down around 6. Crowd for the first time today comes alive. Handoff to Martin. Runs by the block of Jenkins. Runs into the block of Malai. And then King tackled after a gain of 4. Is to the 43. Does not get the first down. It'll be fourth down. Should the Jets try going for it after that gain of 2, or should they punt?
No, punt the football. Punt the football. Play field position right now. Stack them back there inside the 10-yard line. Your defense has to come up and make plays to make them punt. Force them to punt. Get it back to you.
That's Tom Tupa's day. He also had a fake in there, which was blown back because of a penalty. Isaac Bird awaits at about the 10. Wind has not been a factor today. Good time for Tupa to sail it high and probably into the end zone unless it is saved. Landing at the 1. What a punt by Tupa, down by Ferrier at the 1. So there goes your field position right into play. A 40-yard punt and a beauty by Tupa.
His first of the day.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters. And by Nextel, how business gets done.
The worst punter in the AFC, Tom Tupa, has just nailed the Carolina Panthers inside their 2 with a great 40-yard punt. And Chris Winky stranded there, first down and 10. Play action going deep down the side, looking for Muhammad, and it is intercepted. Picked up by Aaron Glenn. His third of the season, weaving through traffic, and down he goes at the 21-yard line. A 22-yard return, and Carolina's first turnover today.
But you know what? That's what I would have done. I was telling you here coming out of break, I said, man, if I would find Muhammad out here singled up, and I'd throw the ball deep down the field because they're going to be stuffed up there trying to stop the running game. Muhammad just doesn't make the play. He just doesn't come up with the ball, but I thought that was the right call for Chris Winky. That was the right call, and Aaron Glenn made the right play.
Now look at this great field position, 21-yard line of Carolina. The horrendous offensive performance of the Jets aside from Curtis Martin. And you can see blown fourth quarter leads by Carolina. Let's see what they do. First and 10 at the Carolina 21 after the Aaron Glenn interception. To the air. Testaverde searching and finding his receiver. That is running back Richie Anderson. A gain of 4 at the 17. Second down and 6.
Richie Anderson's had a rough day, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Yes, he's had a rough day. It'd be only fitting for him to come back and make a big play for his team here late in the fourth quarter. But the Jets, 3 of their last 4 possessions, they've started at midfield and done nothing with it. Again, they played well between the 20s at times, so they're running the ball. They just can't score points.
Good point. Testaverde is thrown. 3 interceptions. Second down and 6. Planted at the 17 of Carolina. Jets have 3 timeouts. Handoff big to Anderson. The roll and the throw by Testaverde. It's caught. A big hit by Hitchcock on Martin. Just a gain of 2 on the play, down to the 15-yard line. So now it is third down.
A little bit of game management coming into play here right now. Understanding where you are, that you're down 12 to 10, that a field goal puts you up 13 to 12 against a quarterback right now who's really struggling on the other side.
Very little confidence, at least it appears to us up here. There's some calls at the top of your screen. Hayes and Swain to the bottom. Third down and 4. Martin in the backfield to the Carolina 15. It's Martin. Oh, what a great defensive stop by Princeton Buckner and Chris Slade. A loss back to the 17-yard line, a loss of 2. So now they're going to bring on John Hall and try to take their lead.
Here's your read right here. Let's see where he goes. That'll tell you exactly what's happening. But Carolina's expecting the run right here. The play goes to the outside. Nobody was fooled. And I got to tell you, Kevin, I'm not so sure that the Jets even wanted to get first down. I mean, this team here is so conservative and so afraid right now to make a mistake. They were ready to line up and kick a field goal.
Playing that scared.
They're playing scared big time. And you know what? They've earned that right now. They should be playing scared because they can't make a play.
Hall for the lead from 34 yards away. The hold from Tupa. And the New York Jets have climbed on top 13-12 with just under 5 minutes to play. And again, an orchestrated groan inside Ericsson Stadium. You saw a graphic moments ago. The last 2 games, 2 fourth-quarter leads blown by the Panthers. Does Winky have it in him? Tonight on 60 Minutes, did Saddam Hussein have a hand in the terror attack on the United States? Leslie Stahl reports from Saddam's Iraq tonight on 60 Minutes. Plus the education of Max Bickford and the CBS Sunday movie, The Wedding Dress. All tonight on CBS.
Does Winky have it in him? Does Winky? You know what? He's not going against the #1 defense in the league.
But a defense showing a bit more swagger today than they have shown. You know, coming off what was a surgical shredding by Kurt Warner and the St. Louis Rams a week ago. Now, granted, again, it's a 1-5 team they're playing.
It is not Kurt Warner.
It is not. It is certainly nowhere near Kurt Warner.
I do think this is probably the worst game that Winky has played, and a lot of credit will go to the Jets and Ted Cottrell and their scheme and what they're doing. And why not? I mean, come out, go after him, stop the running game, see if Winky can make the plays with his arms, and today he hasn't. They just haven't been able to complete anything over 4 or 5 yards.
So after Hall just belted in a 34-yard field goal to give the Jets a 1-point lead with 4:53 to play, he has it teed up at the 30-yard line. And the subsequent kickoff. This will be good from about the goal line. Grabbed by Torrey Woodbury and brought down. See that number 11 right there? He grew up in nearby Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the first game he has played in the NFL. He's a backup quarterback, number 2 today, and let's go downstairs to Beasley Reese.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Craig James, you called it early in the game. Chris Winky learned how to be a great long ball thrower at FSU. What he's trying to learn is the short West Coast style of quarterback technique. That's what he's been struggling with. He's having trouble with that precision, that quickness, and getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Well, this is the key drive. He said he wanted to get better at it. We'll find out right here.
Yeah, well, he's been completing over 60% of his passes, and today he's nowhere even close. He can't even get the dink and dunk in there.
Look at that, only 10 yards in the longest completion from the 24, 1st and 10. He goes outside the Huntley. Oh, what a quick defensive play made by Marvin Jones. As he inhales Huntley, a loss of 5 on the play, back inside the 20-yard line as we take you to New York and Jim Nantz.
All right, what a comeback by the Ravens, down 17-6 in the 4th. Cunningham here gives him the lead. Qadry Ismail, this was reviewed several times. Nothing conclusive to overrule it. The touchdown stands. 18-17 Baltimore at the 2-minute mark. Back to you.
Jim, thank you very much. Baltimore has won an AFC high 6 consecutive games at home. 2nd and 15 from the 19. A pass by Winky, knocked down beautifully by Aaron Glenn, and a bullet intended for Muhsin Muhammad. It'll be 3rd and 15. Glenn has had 2 big plays, an interception on the series before.
Look at him baiting right now. Look at the separation there at the snap. He baited Winky to come throw the ball, and Glenn coming back underneath. The timing was off. No rhythm. No throw underneath. That's just like Beasley and I were talking about. The guy doesn't really have that 3-step wham and let the ball go to his underneath.
3rd down and 15. Shy of the Carolina 20. Blocked by Hoover, a pass dropped by Wesley Walls, which would have been good for a 1st down. Rarely do you see the 4-time Pro Bowler drop it. And it couldn't have come at a worse time because, like I said, he had the yards, he had the placement for a 1st down.
Yeah, they had 6 guys. They're coming on the inside here. They got 6 guys. Here he is coming across the middle of the field. Linebacker's going to try to trail with him. But they came 6. The ball was there. He just didn't make the play.
So they got a punt, and Sauerbrunn has been a pretty good whipping all day. It's a line drive rocket that drives Yeast back to about the 23-yard line. He gets a block from Coleman, a block from Mickens. He's slowed up by Posey and brought down on the play by reserve tight end Chris Mangum. 57-yard punt, 13-yard return. Back to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, they have 4.5 minutes to play at Detroit, and the Bengals, after blowing a 21-6 lead, are in for the score here. 31-27. It's Dillon's third touchdown of the day. He's got 155 on the ground as well. Let's go back to you.
Cincinnati trying to stay on there, and of course they were kind of a surprise in the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah, Dillon, he was a sleeper early on, and he's woken up here. And how about Detroit playing hard? Marty Morningwig's team is playing hard, but you know, at some point they got to have some success.
Carolina, you can see the numbers on the ground and through the air for both teams. Carolina with 2 timeouts. Jets have all 3, but they don't want to stop the clock. They lead it by 1. Under 4 to play. From the 36, 1st and 10 to Curtis Martin. And very little gain. Now, J.P. Machado is in on that line. I don't know if that means that Kevin Mawai, who I am searching for now, is not in or not. Let me see. Game's coming up next on CBS, Oakland, Philadelphia. Most of you will see. But somebody is out. It's Randy Thomas, the right guard, and J.P. Machado is in for the first time, number 63. Thomas is gone. 2nd down and 11.
And they just ran his way to no success.
From the 35. Machado usually backs up the center in the line. Great time to throw. Fires a pass. It's caught by Lavernius Coles at the 50-yard line. It's good for a Jet first down and a gain of 16 yards.
That play action that time, they pull the guard. They make it look like it's going to be an outside play.
Carolina's going to take a timeout.
Yeah, that was really nice execution. Watch him pull over here, the play action. See how the tackle comes across, and they really they show run. It's been so successful. There's a huge void between Mike Minter and Lavernius Coles. Coles' speed is an asset that they take advantage of in this offense. Minter is playing real deep, not wanting to get beat. Almost, I don't want to say I'm going to cover my fanny kind of coverage, but I don't want to get beat, that's for sure.
Coles with 7 catches today. 90 yards. That 7 is a career high. Tonight on 60 Minutes, did Saddam Hussein have a hand in the terror attack on the United States? Leslie Stahl reports from Saddam's Iraq. That is tonight on 60 Minutes. Kevin Harlan with Beasley Reese patrolling the sideline, and Craig James. As you see, Chris Jenkins, or rather Randy Thomas, being taken off on the cart. 1st and 10 on the completion to Coles at the 49-yard line of Carolina. Hand off to Martin, grabbed by Buckner, lunging ahead for 2 yards to about the 47. Carolina has 1 timeout remaining, and they have just burned that final timeout. So now it'll stop at 2:44. The clock will also stop at the 2-minute warning. And they've got to hope for some defense. We've seen some good Jets defense today when needed. Now Carolina needs the same thing. And they've shown it from time to time with 3 Testaverde interceptions today.
And you know what? Field position, again, that converting that 3rd down, the pass to Lavernius Coles, should they not be successful here, at least they have a chance to punt it deep into their territory and make Winky go the distance, which is not going to be. I got the feeling Herman Edwards has become a lot more involved in this Jets defense. You know, he's really committed to using his experience to help Cottrell.
But as a team, Ted Cottrell taught the 34 up in Buffalo. This is a defense that has 34 personnel, yet they go with the 43.
Yeah, Herman Edwards said, I'm trying to just get the 4 best defensive linemen I can in the game. I can't switch out the shifts here in the middle of the season. You go with what your personnel is, and they believe John Abraham is a guy you keep down. Sean Ellis you keep down. They play their 4-3, and that's what he's going to live with.
After Carolina's final timeout from the 47-yard line, 2nd down and 8 for the Jets. Good time for Testaverde, who now has to scramble, has to get inside the 40 for a 1st down. Grabbed by Rucker, where the pocket crumbled in a hurry. Gain of 3 by the scrambling Testaverde. He's just inside the 45.
Yeah, and again, now here's where a veteran comes into play for you. Rather than throwing the ball away, which would stop the clock, he runs the ball up the pipe, takes a short gain, but it keeps the clock running. It's going to run the thing down to close to 2-minute warning here, and that was important.
In fact, I think they're going to get the 2-minute warning.
Yes, they
will
are.
sit and let that ball rest at the 44. This will take us to the 2-minute warning as the New York Jets trying to go above 500. Lead Carolina 13-12.
All new King of Queens, CBS Monday.
2-minute warning. The Jets are faced with 3rd down and 5. Big play on both sides. Carolina's out of timeouts. The Jets first down. They can wrap up the game. Carolina's defense needs a big stop. Testaverde dumps it off to Martin. Grabbed by Sean Gilbert. And he is shy of the first down. It's a gain of 3 to the 41. Now it is 4th down and about 2, and it looks like the Jets are going to punt. So the defense of Carolina does their job. The clock continues to tick, and Carolina cannot stop it.
Yeah, it'll run down. They'll end up taking a delay of the game and then punting the ball deep in there, hoping for another one set back deep. But the time of possession in this game has been totally in favor of the New York Jets. I mean, it's almost like 36-22 at this point. And the Jets have done their job offensively by running the ball and keeping it away from Winky, never allowing the Panthers offense to have any kind of rhythm.
Jets do take a timeout. They burn their first of 3, and 2 remain. So now Carolina can ponder this a bit longer. The executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus and Terry Ewert. The coordinating director of the NFL on CBS, Larry Cavallina. Today's game produced by Bob Dekish and directed by Mark Grant. Great job, guys. Thank you. The senior producer of the NFL Today, Eric Mann. The director, Bob Matina. Coordinating producer of CBS Sports, Harold Bryant. The associate director of today's game is J. Brian Lilly. I did not know the J was
big country.
His name.
That's big country.
Here's the punt by Tupa. Gets off a beauty. Will it stay in bounds? The last one did at the 1. It hits a Jet. It's a live ball and down at the 9. So they ricochet it back in. I'll take that play.
That's a heck of a play.
32-yard punt. Used his body as a shield or as a wall, and the ball just ricochets to the 11-yard line. So now, Chris Winky, a rookie quarterback, who was staggered offensively all day, no timeouts, and a long way to go.
Yeah, Chris Hayes, I mean, nice job of getting back there and pushing the ball back into play, not being greedy. That was excellent athletic ability. And a good punt again by Tom Tupa, who had several bad punts earlier on in the game.
From the 11-yard line, it's first down and 10. A minute 1 to play. Winky to the sideline he goes. It's caught. He put it down out of bounds. And that's Isaac Bird, who does not get out of play. 11-yard gain. You've got to get out of bounds and stop the clock. And now they have a hard time getting the ball from the sideline for the spot because the official dropped it. Now he has it at the 22-yard line. It's a first down. Winky to the sideline again. This time Bird gets out of bounds right in front of the defense of Ray Mickens. Shy of a first down. Picks up 7 yards and spotted at about the 27, 28-yard line.
All right, take a deep breath, sit in the huddle, call a play. I mean, you know, this is success for the Panthers offense. They've had to punt on 10 out of 14 possessions. They couldn't even get a first down.
John Casey running up on the sideline. Second down, 3 outside the 27. Winky with good time. Winding up. Hit as he throws down the side where nobody stands. Incomplete. The receivers were all within about 20 yards of the line of scrimmage. No one was deep. Incomplete pass. Third down and 3 coming up. With 28 seconds to play and no Carolina timeouts.
You know, they balled him up. The offensive line did their job for Chris Winky. He's got to take advantage of that. They try to come up the middle, 5 or 6 guys, getting some single coverage. You just can't throw. You can't misread a route in a 2-minute zone like this.
Patrick Jeffers will be at the bottom of your screen. Third down and 3 outside the 27. Winky moves up nimble and fires a pass incomplete. Looking for Jeffers at the 41. Covered by Marcus Coleman. Now it is 4th down and 3. One more play and Herman Edwards can hold on to his 4th win of the season.
You know what he's saying? Don't get beat deep. You know, be smart. Know the situation. See the clock, 23 seconds. Know where you are in this ball game.
4th down and 3 as Wenke will take his team just inside the 28-yard line. On 4th and 3, the pass almost intercepted, incomplete, knocked away by Ray Mickens. As we welcome those of you watching Baltimore come from behind and beat Jacksonville by 1. The New York Jets have notched their 4th win of the season here. They have now won 3 of the last 4, and for Carolina, they have had 3 consecutive games with 4th quarter leads, and they've lost all 3. It was a big day for Curtis Martin on the ground, really the only semblance of offense for the New York Jets, as Martin rushes for 159 yards, even at the expense of what was a horrendous day for Vinny Testaverde and his 3 interceptions.
Now, like I told you in the open, I'm not a rocket scientist, but when you got the leading rusher in the NFL on your ball club, you go ahead and run him. They've got a good offensive line in New York, and the defense played a lot better today against the run. Wenke could not take advantage of a defense that was up there tight against him.
Testaverde, 21 of 34, 182 yards. The New York Jets turned it over, trailed early, and trailed often in this game, but not by that much, and that was the problem. Carolina could not stop on their throat, and that kept the Jets breathing, and they go on to win. Now they'll watch what happens to Miami in Seattle as they begin that game in about 13 minutes. The Jets go to 4-3. Everybody packed up in that AFC, and no one is grabbing the East with any kind of regard.
And the Jets had to get the job done today against a struggling Panthers team, and they did their job today to stay in the group that's going to move forward, not backwards.
The Panthers dropped to 1-6 on the season. And now for Craig James and Beasley Reese, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Erickson Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.
Yes!
Way to go, Bill. Whoop-de-doo.
I guess you think Tiny could do better.
You want to put a buck on it?
Oh, you bet I do.
No
big deal, a whole $1.
No, a dollar buys a lot with 10, 10, 220. It's 99 cents for all calls up to 20 minutes.
And 7 cents a minute after 20.
20 minutes for 99 cents.
Yep. Get it, girl. Get it. Go get it, girl.
Get it, Tiny. All right. Wow. Nice catch.
And she knows the value of a dollar.
Are you saying I don't?
Don't start with me, Bradshaw.
Dial 1010-220.
I couldn't wait to show off my new wheels at the reunion until I told my State Farm agent I really needed it fixed fast, and he mentioned Service First.
When you choose State Farm Service First claims program, you don't have to get estimates. Go straight to a participating repair center where they guarantee their works. It's as simple as that.
I was looking good again in no time.
Ronnie?
Service First, just one more way. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When it comes to food, a lot of places have silly ideas to bring you in. But once you get to the taste, where's the fresh? Hey, Clucky, want something made fresh? Come on. Try one of the new Subway Selects made on fresh-baked gourmet bread. Susie?
Right, Jim. Subway's got 4 new Subway Selects, like the delicious horseradish steak and cheese, all on fresh-baked gourmet bread and all made fresh right in front of you.
Whoa, check out that check. Just kidding.
Welcome back to the NFL Today. Jim Nance with you. Those of you who just saw the Jets win for the 4th time this year, we welcome you. Remind you that coming up, most of you will see the Oakland Raiders battle the Philadelphia Eagles in our doubleheader game here on CBS. Now, let's go back to the scoreboard. Cincinnati behind Corey Dillon. Boy, they got Dillon into it on the first play of the game. 96 yards, all-time bingo record play from scrimmage, longest. He's got 158 yards now, 2 rushing touchdowns. He's also caught a third. There's a minute and 50 seconds left in that game. Cincinnati has the football. Let's go through it right here, Randy.
Well, this is the low-level look at that 96-yarder and Corey Dillon. with about 1 minute and 45 seconds left in that game, just snapped off in about another 20-yarder. It was a dominating performance early by Cincinnati, but they couldn't take advantage of it. They had no business not scoring about 40 points in the first half. They didn't quite do it, but Darnay Scott right there got that pass and took it into the end zone. Jerry, your man made his.
Right there at the game.
But Charlie Batch and the Lions just would not go away. David Sloan there caught the pass. There's Corey Dillon. Talking about a little second effort. Isn't in. Now he's in.
That put them back in front after they had squandered that 21-6 lead. And again, the Bengals have the football. Clock is running with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go.
And Detroit has really wasted a couple real good opportunities here late.
Yeah, Batch just got picked off at midfield a moment ago. Now, here it is. The Jets hand the Panthers their 6th straight loss of the season. 1-point win for the Jets. 3rd win in 3-5 on the road this year, Jerry.
And it's all Curtis Martin, 159 yards. This was a game where both quarterbacks won the Heisman Trophy, and neither one of them looked like they could play today. But Curtis Martin could play. Here's a little strip the ball, pick it up, and now get your giddy up going. Go with the whip, don't score in the hand ride, and you go for a touchdown.
He's got the giddy up. That's Rashard Anderson after the Richie Anderson fumble. Point after was missed. Back came the Jets, though, on a block punt.
Block punt for a touchdown. That's like a 14-point turnaround.
Chris Hayes.
But neither quarterback played very well today. Here's the alley-oop. Watch this pick. What an interception, Jim.
Hey, Winky only threw for 76 yards in that game.
How would you like to be playing offensive line for Carolina, and tonight as you sit down and have a Diet Coke, you say, we lost our Winky. They got beat.
How big was that PAT?
Oh, yeah. Now you point that out. 76 yards passing for Winky and directing the Panthers to only 7 first downs. What's the story right now down there in Carolina, Mike?
The story down there in Carolina right now is they're not a very good football team, which I said going into this game, because the Jets aren't a very good football team. They can't get the ball in the end zone, and it just depends on who got it in the most. The block extra point meant a lot.
Well, they're not a very good team, Mike, but I said in the pregame show I thought this was a trap game for the New York Jets, and boy, they sure set it up like a trap game. They took every opportunity. They could have lost this game easily. Carolina does not have the guns to take advantage. Winky doesn't have anybody to throw to.
Hey, 2 Heisman Trophy winners. Testaverde, 3 interceptions, and Winky doing it. 4 interceptions. Quarterbacks didn't look very good. They were not a part of this.
They want a refund on the trophy?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go back to the board, and there's a play under review, and not in this one, though. The Saints and the Rams, and there are 4 minutes to go in this game. The Saints and the Rams. How about this game?
Well, Jim, the biggest thing in this game is the fact that the Rams had outscored their opponents 30-0 in the 3rd quarter so far this year. They came back, the Saints came back 25-0. 25 unanswered points against the Rams put that game exactly where it is right now. The Rams were dominant early, and the Saints would not give up.
Hey, I want to make one thing clear. That's 31-31. 31-31 with 4 minutes to go, not 31-29. And there's a challenge right now on the field. Saints have the football. There it is. Correct score, 31-all. The Saints outscored the Rams 25-0 in the 3rd quarter. Aaron Brooks threw 3 touchdowns in that 3rd quarter alone. All right, let's go to the 49ers and the Bears. Here we go.
This is exciting right now, Jim, because right now they've got to go to a 2-point conversion to tie the game. They just had a replay of a touchdown that put it 31-29. The 49ers have dominated the game, but right now the Bears are right there.
They reviewed it, and the touchdown stood. So the Bears are going for a 2 with 26 seconds to go, and it's been a big Bears comeback here.
It really has, but actually they got in.
They got in to tie it. They've tied it at 31 with 26 seconds to go. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay in the first half completely shut down the Vikings. It was 28-0 at halftime, and first down them in the first half 20-0.
And look at the rushing yards. They got 177 yards rushing, 132 of it right here at Allstott. Allstott had 29 carries. This is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer team that had 20 carries a game as an average. They went back to what they did 2 years ago, and that's run the football.
Boy, Jerry, that defense just rose up today for a change and played like we all thought they did.
Hello, Chris Carter.
Chris Carter back into it. Got him back into it late.
Wow. What a player.
Another all-star run. And as Coach Ditka said, they got the bite back in the defense.
And the home team wins in this series for the 8th straight time. In fact, the 9 years overall that they have split with the Vikings. So Some thrilling games out there. Here we go. Bears and 49ers. And they're actually reviewing now the two-point conversion try. And they say perhaps he had a knee down at the one, but I think they're going to give it to him.
Well, they better give it to them. They're playing in Chicago. If the hell had anything to do with it, they'd give it to them.
Hey, listen, again, the Ravens win today, coming back from 17-6 down in the fourth quarter. Hey, Detroit don't give up on the Lions yet. They have possession. They just completed a pass from the 8 out to their own 42. Giants and Redskins just getting underway. So the Lions have 18 seconds to go and down 31-27. Cowboys and Cardinals are underway in Dallas. Cardinals haven't won a regular season game in Dallas since Troy Aikman's rookie year.
Wow.
So Cincinnati, Detroit, New Orleans, St. Louis, the Bears and 49ers still to be decided, but doubleheader action coming your way on CBS. Oakland against Philadelphia for most of the nation. We'll see it back here at halftime. Thanks for being with us on the NFL Today. Enjoy the games.
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Get set for the amazing race Wednesday on CBS. It's all here.